autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at New Era Field in Orchard Park. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Throwing on first down. Randall. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
To throw on second down. Randall. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Burst by him near the 35. There he goes, left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 10 yards there and a Bengal first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Randall. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 38-yard line. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 38. Now Joe Mixon. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Randall, he finds his running back, Mixon. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. A defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this one is right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jarrett McKinnon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point. You just
trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And an alley to run. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Let's go, Heavy. What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go. Check on front. Stick guy. Check stick guy. Mike 51. Mike 51.
From the gun, Randall. Green brings it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
He's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
Looking to throw. Randall. Open man is Uzomah. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 26-yard line. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
To throw on third down. Randall hauling it in, Nelson. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Let's get it.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The kick by Tavecchio is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3. Second down, McKinnon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up second and 7. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack by Jordan Willis.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long for Prescott. Open man is Trey Burton. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. Going for it with McKinnon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? Just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jordan Evans. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Another try after the 1st down sack. Prescott.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Here's Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Interception, baby, all day.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good, and the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run. Sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
The 34-yard line.
On 2nd and 2, Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can make a play on the football.
And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here, so for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first.
Let's go, baby. Let's
2
go.
minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The throw over the middle, taken in, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Prescott now from the 50. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Prescott now. Screen play, McKinnon. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 4. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Give him 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 26. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Randall. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Green once again the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This a 43-yard attempt. Tavecchio puts this one through. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So a little late drama in the first half as that kick will give them the lead into intermission.
Isn't this fun the way that this is unfolding? You're exactly right. The late drama, 3 points go up on the board, and we go into the half with a new leader.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Prescott to throw it. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Jordan Willis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Hey, Mike. Here go 46. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike. 26.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Prescott from the gun. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now this one complete to Robert Foster. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Watch out. Hey, check 24.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Big stop, let's go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing, Prescott. And that will be incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
And now a high kick, but he hit it straight up. "35 yards that time on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the gun on 3rd down. Randall nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the 3rd at MetLife Stadium. The Jets continuing to pour it on. They're opening the lead up even further. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. Prescott now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
47.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He wants it all for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. DJ Moore. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Gano the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, here's Bernard. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
On first down, Randall going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A draw play. Bernard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. And the Bengals on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. Randall. Got a man. It's Ross. Complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. They'll run it here with Bernard. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And the Bengals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Mike 51, Mike 51. All day, baby, all day, all day, all day. 51.
From the gun, Randall. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. 81. He's checking crack.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Shift. Let's go. Come on. Sponge. No. Here we go, 47. 26.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times. In this game, offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going to run. It's McKinnon. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it. It worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Prescott, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
To throw is Prescott. He finds McKinnon, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 17-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Eluding the pressure right. And Woods has it complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Dak Prescott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills have retaken the lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3.
Check nickel. Hey, kill.
They're going to keep it on the ground.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
That's complete. Bernard. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. On fourth down, Randall. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
Hey, everybody, go ahead. Get to 15. Check my 15. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Prescott on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Buffalo, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.